Well, Wednesdays are. We're live.
Wednesdays
We,
are.
we, ma- we made it. Oh, man, I forgot to post it in the chat. But hey, welcome to the
Have it.
Island of Relevancy. It is your boy T and my much, much handsomer
Oh,
co host, Frank. We're here. We're on YouTube. This was an exciting week of WWE wrestling. They
man.
were in Australia, the land down under. I don't know why they call it that. Like, I have no
I think
idea
it
why it is the
technically
land
it's
under.
it's under like if you look at the globe, it's kind of down here, kind of under everything. But if you look at the
So,
flat Earth, if you're a flat earther like I am,
oh,
you
like
can see it
Kyrie.
all the way down here. Because yeah, as I know, the Earth's flat. I'm all in on that.
Got- but like I thought if we drilled straight down, we would go to China. Like
Right.
where
That's the
did that
rule.
come from?
Right. No, but like really, if you drill straight down, you just go right through and fall into space because it's flat.
Oh, you won't read it. You won't see an eternal down there. Okay, all right. Enough talking about silly geography. But Perth, Australia, was where WWE called home for the last week or so, and man, dare I say it, it was a good time. It was a good time in Perth, man. Even SmackDown, Brian James decided to do some good in the world and produce a solid SmackDown.
I am beyond excited at the fact that these shows all have been good. SmackDown was, I would give it a solid B. Crown
which
Jewel,
is which is praise
I would give an
for
A
SmackDown.
plus, and Raw was an A plus. So, not to mention the fact that I was up at 8 o'clock in the morning Saturday for Crown Jewel. I was at work at 8 o'clock in the morning when Raw came on, and everything that happened got spoiled. And at that point, I was just like, whatever. I'm just going to read it all because why try and hide spoilers for 8 hours?
Correct. I woke up to Friday. I woke up to spoilers because it came on at 6 a.m. here in
Yeah,
Texas. So by the time I got to work on Friday, actually, no, I didn't go to work on Friday. So I woke up late. So by the time I woke up, I saw the Sammy match. Like everything was spoiled online, and it's no big deal for me. I'm kind of used to like watching it live is a treat. But I
right.
mean, I know it was going to get spoiled from Australia. But to open up SmackDown, I what Cody came out and Cody said words to people. He did, what do you want to talk about? And that's all I remember because it was, I get it. He was trying to sell the match, but I wasn't really sold. That was probably the worst part of SmackDown was Cody coming out and just,
It really was. The funniest part of that was when the crowd was yelling wanker at him when he was talking about Seth, and then Cody threw the microphone to Michael Cole, who didn't expect the microphone, and then Wade stood up and went live to the crowd and told everybody what that meant. And then Cole threw the microphone back to Cody, and he caught it almost like Roman did when Roman was standing under Brock
yeah,
with the thing,
the dump truck,
the
the
dump truck
whatever,
thing.
the
Yeah,
excavator,
yeah,
whatever it was.
that was pretty cool. Um, that was a bit of a like, eh. I thought
Yeah,
we were in for another episode of SmackDown like that. That's like, oh man,
those are my sentiments. I just watched that and I was like, what are we doing? Like, I get like nothing happened. Like,
yeah,
and that's almost becoming a trend now. They went from those opening segments creating main events to nothing happening. Like,
yeah.
and that's a weird switch. But what we got next was a pleasant surprise, man. We got Sami Zayn doing an open challenge.
Who last defeated Aleister Black on October 3rd.
Sami Zayn?
Yep. Technically,
Was
he
it?
defeated. Technically, he won, even though the match never finished. This just says that he won. Whatever. I'll give Sammy a dub.
Touche. When was the last Shinsuke match?
Shinsuke, who came back to his old music, which is
Loved it.
such a now. Shinsuke's last match was June 13th.
Oh wow.
He lost to Cody Rhodes, where he was a bad guy, and there have been two other wrestlers. What's up, Brandon? There have been
What's
two
going
other
on?
wrestlers. I almost said wrestlers, as I'm looking at Brandon's name. There There were two other wrestlers who have reportedly requested their old music. Sheamus
I heard that.
and Drew McIntyre wants to go back to Shattered Dreams.
Which Sheamus? Like Sheamus has had like 15 different themes. Who
Something
knows
that
which one?
I guess it's something prior to whatever awful crap is being produced now.
Touche. He's had a lot of themes, and I don't think I love Drew's theme music now. I don't think he needs to go back to Shattered Dreams. Everyone loves that
Yep.
theme. That is a beloved theme. Especially in the WWE 2K community. Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
all I hear about. Everybody wants them to, bring out Drew's old theme. But I loved it. Like it fits Drew now, right?
Yeah.
Like his theme, it just comes out. He is the Scottish psychopath, right? He's the Scottish warrior, and like that theme kind of cements that. He seems like a bigger deal with that theme. But I mean, hey, if he wants it, who am I? I'm just a lowly wrestling fan on the Island of Relevancy, probably the most relevant wrestling podcast
It
on
is.
YouTube.
The WWE is aware of us and they are listening to us.
Oh, for sure. Like I want to say, we've called almost everything that's been happening,
Except
for yeah,
Yeah.
except for
Didn't see that.
what, what we got on Monday. But yeah, Shinsuke, this was a good match. Like once again, if you can't have a good match with Sami Zayn, you're in the wrong profession. Shinsuke
So-
is a legend.
I'm just learning now that these two have clashed in over 70 singles and tag matches, both on TV and live events. So this was going to be, if you didn't know that and I didn't know that until just now, this was a banger of a match for the two of them.
Yes. I think Sammy just let Shinsuke go out there and be Shinsuke, and the crowd loved it. That's what I loved about his old theme. It immediately got the crowd involved, right? So they're not sitting on their thumbs, because with his new theme, he comes out, he's not as cool. He's not doing hand gestures, doing whatever he does. And the aura seems to be gone, but he comes out there, he has a new gear, like he had the colorful gear on inside the ring. He was moving like a spring chicken. I mean, the WWE has not done Shinsuke Nakamura any favors. And hopefully we don't just, have him come out there a few weeks and then turn him heel again. Hopefully they give him something. Him being a world champion will not hurt me at all, because I think he's one of the greatest wrestlers, like New Japan, All Japan, WWE. Like he's a legendary wrestler, but I mean, I don't think they're gonna do much with him. But it's good to see him. It's good to see him out there. It's good to see people cheering for him and him getting some recognition. And of course, Sami Zayn's all time. Like Sami Zayn, these open challenges are just amazing. Like they're just phenomenal. And I didn't think they would be. I thought they would kind of fall flat, because Sammy had kind of fallen flat the last few, and it might be because of Karrion Kross. Like that whole shenanigan.
I just don't think they wrote that good either. I think Karrion mailed it in the last match. And why wouldn't you? If you knew you were leaving at that point, it's like, why give 100%?
I disagree though, right? If you know this is your last match, you want to go out and make AEW call you, right? Like Stephanie Vaquer had a match on AEW, and now she's the world champion. Like she had a match. She didn't have a contract. She did. Hey, this is my shot to get seen. And I mean, everybody knows who Karrion Kross is, but like that match left a terrible taste in people's mouth, because it was bad.
It was.
It was bad, and like you don't want to go out on your last match, even though you're gonna lose. Like there's a way to lose. Ric Flair lost in his last match in WWE. Like but that was a story being told.
Right.
Not saying. I mean, Karrion Kross is not.
They didn't have a story to tell. Like they really just didn't have a story to tell. Kross losing doesn't do anything for Sammy. Kross winning doesn't really do anything for Kross at that point. It was a nothing burger to me.
It was. And that's a shame. Yeah, exactly. That's a shame. And hopefully we don't do the same thing with Shinsuke. Hopefully this was just a one-off open challenge. Now, of course, after the match, I mean, the match it's a DQ because who comes out? Yeah, 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 yeah. My
It's
guy
about
Tamatonga.
time.
Yes.
The only Tonga that doesn't botch.
Man, comes out in the God face paint. The entire MFT comes out in the face paint. Even JC Mateo looks intimidating with the face
Yep.
paint on. Like they come out, they're complete better, and they just lay waste to Shinsuke and Sammy, which could lead to some tag matches, which not the biggest fan of, but at the same time, it gives them something to do.
Yes.
But I mean, I
I
don't
can
know.
I know where they're going with this because they teased it at the end of the show, and it I didn't even think of it at the time. At the time, I was just like, all right, this is a fresh look for them. Solo came out, no face paint on Solo, just in his
In the
mafia
suit, yeah.
don suit.
Yes. Man,
Um,
he had such a dope chain on. That's the only thing.
yeah.
Like I was like, man, okay, Solo, I see you with that shit on, as they say.
While they were doing all that, Drew McIntyre just blindsided Jacob Fatu backstage and just beat his ass.
And Jacob just got up and was like, I want to fight, and, and like people were trying to hold him. Is like, get off me! I don't need y'all help. That's going to be a match that
Yeah, it is.
is going to be great. Like
That match is gonna cook.
it is because both of those guys are great. Oh, hold up, did Drew attack him? But before Drew attacked him,
He was
Jacob's
talking. Yeah, he was talking to Nick about something.
no, he's talking to Cody. He eyed
Oh
up
yeah,
Cody.
yeah, yeah,
He
yeah,
eyed up
yeah.
Cody in that title and said, "Hey,
That's right.
like
I
do
totally
your
forgot about
thing,
that.
but I'm gonna see you." And
Yep,
then Drew just said, "I'm gonna see you right now,"
yep. You're gonna see
and
my
just lay yes, and just lay waste to him because Nick was about to go. He was going back. They were about to go to his office to figure out what they need to figure out, and then Drew said, "Nah,
Yep.
I want a piece of you right now," which is a good segment. Um, man, I'm looking forward to that match. I wasn't looking forward to the match before, but now I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to that match
They're
because
cooking it up.
it's going to be brutal. Almost as brutal as the main event.
Well, the match that we got next was not a match that I was looking forward to.
You know,
It just it's because there's so like you have Seth and Cody for the crown jewel match.
yes.
They built a great story in to that match. Tiffany and Stephanie Vaquer, they just the only reason they're colliding is because they're both champions. That's it.
I mean,
Like there's no built-in story between the two of them right now at all.
that should be enough if Stephanie hadn't just won the title last week.
Right.
Right. Like
Right.
if she's been like if they both been two of the best champions, like there's a great story to be told with the champion versus champion match. And you didn't need to have the history that Seth and Cody had just to be
No.
like back in the day, the Survivor Series match with champion versus champion. And infamously, they took the title off of Gender to have AJ Styles face Brock Lesnar in that one Survivor Series. This was probably about 6, 7 years ago at this
Yeah.
point. Oh, 5 or 6 years ago. But yeah, like you don't need that much of a story, but neither one of these two have equity enough to make this match very compelling. Now, Stephanie, great wrestler, everybody loves her, but like she's a brand new champion. She's a new kid on the block, so to speak. And Tiffany, to me, and I don't want to say this, but I'm gonna say Tiffany is so overrated. Like I don't,
I am no.
I don't see it anymore. Like
I'm not the greatest fan of hers. So we got a tag match, right? We got Julia and Kiana versus Tiffany and Stephanie Vaquer. And
yes,
Julia and Kiana defeated Michin and BFAB way back on September 26th. These two have never tagged. the faces. So Stephanie defeated Io at WrestlePalooza, and Stratton defeated Jade Cargill and Nia Jax also on September 26th.
This match happened. It wasn't a bad match, but at the same time, it just like Kiana James. Although, boy, that's a woman.
Yeah.
That's a
Yep.
that's a. But like they just do nothing for me. Their booking Julia is so disgusting right
Yep.
now. I don't like. I have no interest in seeing her wrestle, and that's sad because I had so much interest and seeing her wrestle when she was in NXT, when she first got called up, when she was on Raw, it made a lot of sense. Now it simply doesn't. And they're doing absolutely nothing with her. They're making her look terrible by feeding her to Michin. Right. Let's have
Yeah.
a feud with Michin. Thanks. Like it does nothing for her. And then of course Stephanie Vaquera, Tiffany. We all know this is just a tag to make them look awkward before they match at Crown
Right.
Jewel.
Right. It was what it was.
Yeah.
It happened.
It did. But what happened after the match, though? Charlotte and Alexa's backstage just being super cool and being Charlotte and Alexa. And Soul Ruka and Zarya show back up. And I'm so interested in this match.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm beyond interested in this match because these are four women who are just specimens. They're all great athletes. They're all top tier wrestlers. And this match is going to cook. I think Soul and Zarya are going to win. I think that's going to be their call up to the main roster. Tuesday on NXT, there was a battle royal for the number one contender, and I'm kind of jumping forward, but Soul gave up her spot to Zarya to go in that battle royal, and then Soul got snuck outside the ring, and Zarya eliminated herself to go tend to her friend. Which
That's cool
kind of leads me to
storytelling, though.
believe it is kind of leads me to believe she might turn on her because that's I guess that's old Vince booking. Like, hopefully, Sean
PTSD
doesn't
from
book
Vince.
things. Yes,
We fan time.
but this tag team match I think is going to be great, and they're both awkward teams, but it's going to be a great clash. I think that match is Survivor Series. I think it should be a Survivor Series, and I think this will be an all-time women tag team match because we haven't had too many of those where we just had like an epic women's tag team title
Yeah.
match. Then we get back to wrestling action. Street Profits taking on the Wyatts for the tag team title. Street Profits came out to their old music to zero
Them
pop.
also did, yeah.
Like
That's two
they
now.
had the old music was great, but nobody cared. They just sat on their hands when they came out. It was kind of embarrassing. Like
So the Street Profits defeated Mellow Don't Miz back on September 26th. September 26th was a big night, apparently. And the Wyatt Six have not defended the belts in over a month, but last fought the Street Profits way back at the end of August 31st.
so Triple H, there was a time where people defended the belts. It felt like every week. Of course, this is before Roman or when we had the World Heavyweight title,
Yep.
where Seth decided I want to be a fighting champ. So I had matches all the time. But Triple H just doesn't believe in title matches. So
No.
he just has his champions sit on their thumbs for months.
Which makes no
Without
sense
them.
to a lot of he's of the mind that having a someone with a championship wrestle all the time makes them less special. I 100% disagree with that. Like, you want to do that with Cody? Okay, cool. You want to do that with Seth? That's fine, cool. But your tag champs, you got Sammy wrestling every week, your Intercontinental champ, like, people want to see them. I don't want to just see regular matches all the time.
Correct.
I
And
need to see my champions fight. And again, to push aside the big champions. What's
yeah,
up, Matt?
I didn't need to see Roman fight every week, but
I don't think they
my
have a 30-day
Intercontinental.
rule anymore.
No, they can't.
No,
Like
that's
That's only a rule they use to just like randomly strip someone of the title. Like back in the day, I can't remember who it was who got injured. I think it was Liv, where she was injured and Dom was injured. Was like, Liv, you have to defend your title, or you're gonna have to give it up. And then
Right.
Dom was just like, I'm not wrestling. Okay,
Right.
cool. Like, we'll see you next week. It was like,
Well,
what are we doing?
Dominic is a legacy and already on the Mount Rushmore of Intercontinental Champions. So
This
it's
is
only right that he can do what he wants.
this is all true. It's Dom and then the honky tonk man. Then no, I'm just kidding. I kid. But yeah, the 30-day rule doesn't exist anymore. I don't even think there's a 90-day rule
Yeah,
because
I don't think so at all.
there's just no rules. The titles get defended when they get defended,
While
and we're
you're
happy.
watching these matches, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
How much are you enjoying the lack of commercials?
Love it. I love it because so when you rewatch it, it just goes straight to the end. But like
Yeah.
if you watch it live, it'll keep the action going, which is great, right?
Mhm.
I don't need the commercials. I love that. That is
Sometimes you'll
the
get that
greatest
like
thing.
you'll get that placeholder thing for a minute or two where they just showed like the wrestlers doing their like poses and stuff and they got that weird music behind it, but I'm kind of jamming to the music now. It's this weird little music and then it's just like
Yes.
wrestlers turning around and making poses and stuff. I will prefer that over commercials.
Any day of the week because I have HBO with commercials and imagine watching Orgy on Peacemaker and then they start talking about Cialis. So
I
let's
mean that fits, but
yes. But Matt brings up a great point. He might be trying to run it like a real sport, i.e., the UFC, where the champion has a title fight every 3 months.
he has them wrestle most of the time. The champions wrestle at the big PLEs, but that's another thing. When we get the crown, well, I'll just say it now. I am not a fan of the 5 match PLE. I am not a fan of it. I think it's
Really?
awful. Yeah, because I don't want 20 matches. Like I think AEW does too many matches, and I think
Mhm.
WWE does too little matches. Give me a sweet spot. Give me 7, 8 matches, and I'm happy. I just don't think you're. Look, there's people that are paying money for these again, and you're
Yeah.
paying a subscription fee, and I'm paying a subscription fee. I want more than 5 matches. Even if it's an hour match, I still want. Give me 7 or 8. And I think that's a sweet number to land. You can do more. I also think part of the problem and why he's sticking to the 5 is there's a PLE every 13 days. It feels like.
This is all true. And you bring up a good point. But like 7 or 8 matches, are these matches gonna matter though? Like
Well,
if you look at the landscape, there's not that many good stories happening right now to where I mean, we always gotta have bathroom matches, but should we though? Like if you're
but
paying a subscription for it?
if you're building to 7, I'll counter your point with this. If you're building the 7 or 8 matches, won't you then want to build bigger and better stories during the in between time? Like you're focusing like Raw has focused on starting with division, ending with division, starting with division, ending with division, and it gets monotonous.
Mhm. I mean, this is all true. I can't disagree with that. But the issue is though, like you said, they're just having too many PLEs where they're just you have w- I don't even know what the next PLE is. It
Actually, the
can't
next one is Survivor Series, so you have a long build finally to a PLE.
really.
Yes,
I have this weird feeling that we got a Saturday night's main event somewhere in there, like
we
some
might,
random show that's gonna pop up,
we might.
because that's just been that's just
No,
been
the November 29th. We have a month to actually build stuff. How
and
awesome is
boy
that?
when we get closer to that, I'm gonna bring up my concerns about the Survivor Series because
No,
I
we
have
have
some
concerns.
real life concerns about the Survivor Series.
Oh,
Um,
sorry. We have a Saturday night main event November 1st. You're right.
I
Then we
figured
have
it.
Survivor Series.
I did figure,
Yep.
and I mean that's not a PLE, but they try to
No.
treat it like a PLE, which is kind of weird. Either way, it's just not enough time to build up those stories for 7 or 8 quality matches. And I actually like the 5 match thing because we get 5 good matches generally, like for the most part, other than
Yeah.
WrestlePalooza,
Crown
which was
Crown
terrible.
Crown Jewel Crown Jewel had one match that was like, eh. Wait, hold on. Oh, and I'll tell you now that Matt's here. Matt had another good idea. For the next list, we should do the best promos, top 10 best promos all time.
I love that.
I love
I
that
will,
too.
I would definitely take some time to write
Yeah.
that out because 7 out of the 10 will be Rock promos. But
I mean, it might be. But
in
yeah,
my,
I
in my,
forgot about that. The very next day on Busted Open, they did their tag team list right after
of
we
course
did.
they did.
So thank
But
you, Mr. LaGreca. Thank you, Uncle Bully, for listening to the show and taking an idea. Just next time, toss a little love to the Island of Relevancy's way. That's all.
I'm telling you, we'll at least get 5,000 new subscribers if they
That'd be nice.
just said our name
I would
just
take 5.
for exactly. Like seriously, we get a bump. We'd get a bump. Maybe Matt and 5 other people would be in the live stream.
That'd be cool.
That would be. That would be.
But we had a tag team match.
We did. It's time, guys. It is time. Street Profits, you guys have run your course. I love you. I think Angelo Dawkins is going to be a monster heel if they decide to go that way, and Montez Ford is a main eventer,
Yep.
just waiting.
Maybe that's why they gave them their old music back for that match, because that might be
One person
that's the
goes
last
with the
time.
whole.
Hey,
Yeah,
maybe that's the last time they're together. Here's a throwback. Triple H likes planting little Easter eggs.
But they won the match though. Like, hold on. No, I'm thinking of something else.
No. The Wyatt 6-1.
The Wyatts won, and then we got to stare down with the MFTs,
Which is where that whole MFT thing is going. Is going to be them versus the Wyatt 6.
Now, conspicuous by his absence, where was Bo Dallas? Like
I haven't
not
seen
there.
him the last 2 times that the Wyatt 6 have been around.
Nikki stepped up to Solo, which I loved.
Right?
Nikki just in his face, like, "Hey, I'm not going anywhere." Love me some Nikki Cross. Let's let the lady wrestle.
Yeah, she hasn't wrestled in a year.
Yeah,
on TV.
Let's let her wrestle. She doesn't need to be in the main event scene, but like give her a bone. Like she might wrestle a live events, who knows? But after this match, we get a backstage promo where Mello or Miz says that Mello actually did miss because last week or the week before last, Mello said he was tired of the Miz. Miz came out, hit him with a skull crushing finale, and I guess Mello Don't Miz is no more.
Good.
Where's Carmelo Hayes? like let's not let this skull crushing finale write him off TV for months. Like I hope that's not the case.
No. They'll fight
yeah.
a Saturday night main event. That's a good match for Saturday night main event. Miz and Mello.
Touche.
Because Miz works a good match, and Miz can pull a really good. Mello's good, but Miz will pull a good match out of him.
I hope so, and hopefully that gets him on live TV. It gets him in a nationwide audience where you can see that Carmelo Hayes is the future, and hopefully we get a Trick Williams sighting. I'm really hoping for Trick and Trick Mello Gang tag team on SmackDown, I think, or on Raw, because Raw needs tag team probably worse than any other promotion. But yeah, we got that promo, and then we get the main event. Aleister Black versus Damian Priest in a street fight. And what did you think of this?
Well, Aleister Black defeated Damian Priest back on September 5th. I thought I didn't watch the whole thing. I think I had a hockey game that night. So I did a lot of fast forwarding.
Mhm.
It it's a brutal match. They really beat the hell out of each other, but the ending was weird. I
I like the ending.
I didn't hate
Like,
it. Now I'm not
mhm.
hating it. It was just kind of out of left field. But if that's how you're going to get Zelina on TV, then be my guest. Make it that way.
All true. I mean, this is a hard hitting match. Damian Priest has put on some great matches
Yeah.
over the last few years. This was a match that Aleister Black needed. He needed a match where he can actually show how violent he could be.
Yep.
Kind of came out kind of like AEW House of Black stuff that he was doing over there,
Mm-hmm.
where he just was an ultra violent wrestler and he like that's his calling card. And him and Damian Priest beat the hell out of each other.
Yes.
Uh, the wonky finish, yes, Selena came out of nowhere, like came out of nowhere. Of course, Zelina Vega and Aleister Black are a real life married couple.
Yep.
She gets, she's trying to stop Damian Priest from choke slamming Aleister Black off of some scaffolding or whatever high structure they were on. Aleister tells her to get out of the way. It looks so weird how he was like trying to signal her to get out of the way and she just wouldn't move. And he's like, get out. Like he's like trying not to push her out of the way.
And you're as you're watching it and you're watching her beg and Alistair's bent down, you can see him fiddling with what he's fiddling with to do what he's going to do. And I was just like, man, this ain't selling that great. It was a fun finish, but him like, it was like him getting two twigs together, and he's like rubbing two twigs together down there. Like, wait.
He's a wizard, man. Like, I don't know if you watched the Chris Jericho stuff when he was throwing fireballs in people's face. He kept saying, "I'm the wizard," and like that's what I thought. That was the first thing I thought of.
I love fireballs. Don't get me wrong, and him throwing a fireball in Damien's face was great. That's great.
Yes.
Um,
I like the black mass after that. Damien sold it perfectly, like
yep.
he was dead on the ground. Alistair got the win to close out SmackDown, and they were just like who Cole and Wade were acting shocked that like Zelina's with her husband. It's like, come on, we all know we know they're married. It's okay. Good. I mean,
better. It was a much better show than it has been in the last few months. Actually,
it was. It
was worth watching, and
it
was
definitely
worth
was
next morning.
Debatable. Because it really didn't sell Crown Jewel. I don't think anything it did there.
SmackDown definitely didn't sell. Cody did not do a good job of selling Crown Jewel, and he normally does.
Yes.
And the AJ, like, so look, the AJ Cena buildup was non-existent really because Cena's not there. And you really kind of went into the match going, all right, well, we know they can put on a good match. John, John's going to give his all. Let's see what happens. It's probably going to be an okay match. If you know what I mean, it's going to be better than a Lesnar match. That's how I was going into it.
Really? See, I went into it like these guys are going. I thought that was going to be the match of the night, like because they're really good dance partners. That'd be like if Kevin Owens came back.
Right.
God, I would love that for Kevin Owens to come back and beat John's last match because I think they have great chemistry too. Like that, those two have a really good wrestling chemistry, and AJ Styles and John has great wrestling chemistry. But we'll get to that because so Friday morning, SmackDown comes on. Friday afternoon, going into the evening, we had a string of WWE releases, and most of these were releases from the developmental. We had names like Stevie Turner, who was the Evolve like GM. She used to wrestle on NXT UK. She wrestled on NXT for a while as well. I don't know exactly why they took her off the active roster. I don't know if she had an injury that kind of put her in that GM role. Lance Anoa'i, I know I just said that wrong, but he's Roman Reigns' cousin.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was signed. I think he might have been on LFG.
They signed him back in the summer of 2024.
Yeah, I think he might have been on LFG.
Yeah.
Jin Tala got released, and boy, oh boy, if you ever just looked at a person and say they have the look, she's an Asian wrestler. I think she's from like Florida, something like that. She just had the look. Like she looked like $1 million. And I'm not just talking about her being attractive. Like she had a look of world champion wrestler.
Mhm.
She just was green. She was not a good promo. And they released her, and everybody's just saying like she needs to go to AEW. I totally disagree. I would like her to go probably Stardom or something where she could actually learn how to wrestle. Like, don't go somewhere and be a spot monkey. Go somewhere and learn how to be a wrestler, come back and be a world champion, because I think she's like 22. They released Draco Knox from Evolve.
From
They
Rocky
released
Four.
some of not to be confused with Ivan Drago. Draco Knox, never seen any of his matches. Bully Ray's favorite wrestler, BJ Ray, got released.
So that was an interesting one that he said that he had been wrestling with a torn rotator cuff and labrum during his time working for the company. And then he said on Instagram that he'd be back soon. And the WWE went, nah, bye. And now he's like adding Tony Khan on Instagram, trying to get over to AEW.
I mean, respect to him, and
Hey,
maybe he will. He has a name now. Jamar Hampton got released, and my favorite LFG slash Evolve, Hayes Jameson got released, and I don't know, when I read the name, I just put together two of my favorite actresses of all times. Hayes Jameson, just I said, who came up with this name? It just who came up with the name? But funny you mentioned BJ Rate being injured, because the last name on the list, he just this got reported I think yesterday. Rich Holland's contract is not going
yeah,
to be extended, and he's on the shelf right now. I think he has a torn ACL or something like that. Like he has, it's not an ACL, it's something that's going to keep him out for about 3 to 4 months, and they released him, but they said they're going to cover his medical bills. And of course, the internet, the selective outrage crowd is just like, how could you do this? How could you release him when he's hurt? They released the woman. They released Kylie Ray a few weeks ago, or they didn't extend her contract, and she's pregnant, right? So this,
so okay, so he is a patellar dislocation and patellar tendon rupture in his knee, along with an ankle fracture.
oh,
So WWE said they will cover his rehab costs, but his guaranteed pay ended. So he's not getting
getting
paid
paid,
by them,
yeah,
but they're going to cover his rehab costs, which is a little weird.
extremely. So I mean, it makes sense, and I always think of this in the sense of like just having a regular job, right?
Mhm.
If you have a regular job and one day you just, because people just treat them like they're just, one, they treat them like they're multimillionaires who can just, oh, I could just, bank on my trust fund that
Right.
I earned while working for WWE. These guys are making, I mean, they're not making minimum wage, but they're making very little to nothing,
Yeah.
as we saw with the Jasmine Nix story, where they're making like 60, $70,000
Yeah.
at the same time just destroying their body.
Right.
Uh, and
Crazy.
they don't have that money. Like, I mean, yeah, you're gonna cover his medical bills, but this guy has still got to eat. He's still got to
Right.
pay his rent. So hopefully, Rich Holland get well soon. Of course, the internet, the internet being the internet, just still blaming him for Big E's injury. That's been kind of the black cloud that's carried him. That's kind of hovered over his career for the last few years. Hopefully he gets well. Hopefully he lands somewhere else. I mean, guy has the look, solid talker, okay worker. I think he definitely needs to work on some stuff,
Yeah.
because he's just not there. But I mean, he'll land somewhere. Just hopefully he gets better. Like, heal yourself. Don't rush back. You know, find your niche somewhere else, do some wrestling cons, and charge people $500 for an autograph. I won't pay it, but somebody might. I don't know. But yeah, like goodwill soon to Rich Holland. But I find a selective outrage on, you know, they didn't say anything about Kylie Ray, but they're just really upset about, Ridge Holland. Kylie Ray is pregnant, right? You lose your job, you got a
Right.
baby coming. like they don't renew your contract. It's not like she could go take bookings. She
Right. Right.
I mean, it's unfortunate, but unfortunately that's life. Like
Yeah.
that's the
Sucks.
sucky part about it. It's a business, and the WWE has shown you that money talks. They don't care about anything else. Like
It's not
nothing
so
else
much. I
matters.
don't. So I don't look at it as the WWE saying that. That's TKO. That's
Yeah,
TKO setting that because that is when we get closer to the John Cena retirement match, we'll talk about ticket prices and all that other crap that's going on.
for sure. But enough about bad stuff. Let's get to the good stuff
Oh
that was Crown Jewel.
man, I love the story that they are telling with Roman Reigns right now. Love the story.
My tribal chief.
It is layered and nuanced, and it's not just in your face. And you really like the casual wrestling fans gonna look at it and go, "Oh, okay," but there's way more going on under the little bit under the surface. If you just pay attention and listen, there's so much more going on. And we get that the first match of Crown Jewel.
I was so over the bloodline. I'll be totally honest.
It got
I was
stale.
just it was just like, okay, thank you. Thank you for this great story.
Yep.
Um, Go be great, Jay. Go be great, Roman. All of these different things. And then it came back out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that was the most beautiful thing because it just started happening. It wasn't, like you said, it wasn't in your face. They didn't slap you in the face and said, "We'll bring it back to bloodline."
Oh,
No, we just started getting these little things. And this match was not the icing on the cake, but it's like the icing in the middle of the cake. You got that double decker cake
yep.
that just
Yep.
has that
Yep. Yep.
really good icing in the middle. That's what this match was because we got Big Bronson Reed versus my tribal chief, your tribal chief, Roman Reigns.
So Vision last defeated Cody and Randy on SmackDown October 3rd. Roman last defeated Big Bronson Reed, the Auszilla, as they call him, at Clash in Paris.
He did. I didn't even know they were going to have a match. This match kind of seemed like it got thrown
It
together at
was,
the last minute.
and it's an Australian. What was it? An
Street,
Australian street fight.
street fight.
Yeah.
Australian,
I like.
Australian something.
I like that every location they go to has a street fight named after it. It don't matter. It don't matter where you're
Good
at.
old fashioned Donnybrook in Australia. Like, uh, but this was. I'm a big Bronson Reed fan, man. Like, no pun intended. Like, I am a huge Bronson Reed fan. He has impressed me so much since he's came back to the WWE. Since he's come back from his injury, and Roman Reigns, like
Listen,
he got made. He
the
got made
first
on Saturday.
the first 10 minutes of this match was awesome. Okay. When Roman got out of the ring, Roman played to the crowd, which he doesn't normally do.
He's
Roman
smiling over
grabbed the
them.
microphone and asked if they wanted to see tables. Roman grabbed the rugby ball and threw it at Paul Heyman, who looked really surprised that the ball threw one at Bronson Reed, and then beat his ass with a cricket bat. And it was so much fun. And then the match got started. Then you got to
It
the match.
it was so much like Roman looked like he was having a great time out
Yep.
there, and
Yep.
Bronson just looked like a monster. Like Roman didn't look weak in defeat. Roman looked super strong. Like he told those twins, "Don't come out here.
Yep.
Don't
I
come out.
need
I
to.
could do this myself.
Yep.
Like I don't need people to think that I can't do it by myself. That was such a powerful line that Roman said. Like people think that I need y'all. Like everybody thinks that I can't do it by myself.
And if you go back to the bloodline when he had his belts, he didn't care what the people thought. And he had the twins out all the time helping him. To the point where people were sick of it. Why Roman can't win a match on his own? Roman, well, oh my goodness. Look at what we're doing. We're telling a story. Here we are years later. Here we are, what, 2 years later now? What are we doing? We're still telling a story.
Beautiful, a beautiful story. Roman, Bronson.
That was a hell of a back and forth. And they made Bronson look good because Roman couldn't put him down. Roman couldn't put him over the rope. It took 4, 5, and then he got him over the rope. And that, like, you're putting Bronson up here because Roman had no problem picking Brock Lesnar up and throwing him around the ring. And you're showing Roman can't do that to this monster of a man.
I love the storytelling. I love, once again, that's how you get a young star. And Bronson's not that young. But in WWE years, he's pretty young. He's pretty fresh, right? He's the future. He's the vision of the WWE. And that's how you get the young guy over. That's how you get him over. One, he's in his home country, right? And they're booing him out of the building because everybody loves Roman. Roman is the guy. Roman's everybody's guy. And it was a masterclass in storytelling. I thought Roman just looked like he was having a great time out there.
He also threw a bottle of Prime at him.
Yes, it was a fun match, but at the same time, Bronson wasn't having fun. He's a troll. Like Bronson loves to troll people when he's fighting, and he does things to just troll you.
And that's old school. And that's old school. And that's what a heel did. That's what the old school heels did. Taunt the crowd. I love when they do that.
Just a great match. Braun, of course, comes out there, spears Roman out of his boots. Here comes Jimmy. Here comes Jay. They come out there. They fight off the Vision for 2 seconds. Braun just spears Jimmy out of his, probably speared his soul out of his body. And then Bronson takes out the twin, Jay. And then they take out Roman. Bronson goes up there, tsunami, match over. And the line of the century gets said.
Well, before he got to that, Jay speared Roman through the table.
You're
Jay
right.
was about to spear Braun. Braun moved out of the way, and Jay speared Roman. And that's when you have that, oh, shit moment. And then Bronson won the match. And then you get the story. That's when you get the camera comes in and they turn the microphones up so you can hear the three of them sitting in the ring.
I told y'all I didn't need y'all. I didn't want y'all out here. I don't want to see you till Christmas.
But he wasn't old Roman. He wasn't berating them. I love you all. I love you. I need you. You got to do it this way that people don't think I can win. And then I don't want to see you till Christmas, which might be one of the greatest lines ever said on television right now in WWE.
Yes. I love that so much. One, Roman, we're going to do a list of best promos.
Yeah.
Roman's best work is when he don't have a live mic.
Yeah.
His best work is when he doesn't have a live mic. He says the most, he talks the most trash, and he just says great things when he doesn't have a live mic. I don't know why, but that's been his whole career, honestly. Like he's had those moments where he didn't have a live mic. He's just speaking into the camera and he just puts out just these passionate promos.
Yep.
Great match. Way to start the show. Then we go to the second match. We had some long commercials. Even though I didn't see commercials, there was long breaks in between where that music was playing. It was like, oh, commercials having that. Like, why is this so long? And I was actually fast forwarding it to it, but I didn't want to miss the start of the match. I would get like 2, 5, 6 minutes in, and there's still a commercial going on.
There must have been a lot of stuff going on in the arena.
Probably.
entrances and or whatever it was, getting them out of the ring, cleaning up. I know one of the notes I have here says that they went from advertising an EMF blocker in the ring to a 5G cricket logo in the ring. I didn't even notice that switched. Like, I'm just oblivious. I'm oblivious to that stuff, except every once in a while, like when Roman and the Usos were sitting in the ring, I saw the 7-Eleven turnbuckle, and I was like, that's dumb. But you got good
I mean,
pretzels, so I'm okay with it. Your pretzels are
you got.
delicious.
Would you have been happy if they had a Wawa
I would
sign
have
on
loved it. I would have loved it. I would have cheered. I'd have cheered.
But the second match of the night, we get Stephanie Vaquer versus Tiffany Stratton for the women's Crown Jewel Championship. And I had a Tiffany epiphany in this match. One of the reasons I think Tiffany Stratton's matches aren't great is because the women on SmackDown are pretty damn big, and she works really well when she's working a smaller wrestler. Like I noticed that in the match. I think
Stop
because this was a solid match. This was not. This was
it. It wasn't a bad match, but it was the weakest match on the card.
unfortunately that's this. This was a strong card. Like
It
this.
was.
This is not a bad match, but yeah, you're right. This was the weakest match on the card. Tiffany Tiffany Stratton, when she does that flip into Alabama Slam, is probably when she has a smaller opponent. It works so well. When she tried to do it to Jade, it just always looked janky because Jade's a big woman.
Yeah.
She can't do it to Nia, like
No.
you know, could barely do it to Rhea. She can't do it to Bianca. Like, I mean, she can, but it just looks wonky because they're bigger people. Like SmackDown women's roster at the main event level is pretty big. Raw has smaller talent where you can have more of I guess, mismatch, you could say. But it was highlighting this match because Stephanie Kerr is one of the best women's wrestler on the planet because she carried this match, I would say.
Yep.
Like I really thought she
I
did a
believe
great
that.
job. I thought Tiffany was solid. In the right person won. In no world did I think Tiffany Stratton was going to win this match.
No. Her Stephanie's finishing that 360 corkscrew double tuck triple Lindy move that she does off the is beautiful. It's beautiful.
I mean, until you land directly your knees directly on her chest like she did to, like she
Well,
overshot it a little bit,
a
and it
little
looked
bit.
like it hurt really bad. Like it looked like when she landed, it really hurt.
Yeah.
Um,
Now, during the match, did you notice how quiet Wade Barrett was being? And how many times Wade Barrett said that he wasn't going to say anything because he got in trouble?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Matt. Damn you, Matt. Damn you.
Damn.
That- That's pretty funny.
It's-
That's hilarious. He, yes, yes. Wade could not be a goon the
when
entire match.
when she did the devil's kiss, it was deadly quiet on commentary.
Yes. What like so when Booker
Good.
T does it, when Booker T does it, it's funny to me. When Wade does it, it's creepy.
It
Like
is
it just
really because Wade goes like, I don't know. It just, he comes off as creepy.
yes,
Yes.
he just does. Booker T is like doing it like your funny uncle, and like Wade is like your creepy uncle. Like Wade is the uncle that they don't let the kids stay around, by themselves. Like Wade, no, I'll take the kids with me. No, I don't need a babysitter tonight, buddy. But Wade, yes, I did notice that. They've said that the last 2 weeks though. Like he said the
Yeah.
same thing. He said the same thing on SmackDown last week. I thought it was funny. But yeah, it's a solid match. Stephanie won, and she looks so happy.
Yeah.
Like she looks so appreciative
Yep.
that she got this win. You could tell she's not taking this for granted. Like Like that's the one thing I really do like. You can tell she's enjoying every moment of this because this don't happen this doesn't happen to everyone. My favorite wrestler, everybody's favorite wrestler, Chelsea Green, doesn't get opportunities like this,
No,
unfortunately.
not right now. She does not.
But Stephanie she got the rocket and they are just going with it, and deservingly so. She's super over.
Yes, 100%.
She's a great wrestler, and it's just her time. Like it's just her time. Speaking of times, when did Asuka become like the abusive husband? Like she, she, man, next match, like, and boy, we're gonna talk more about that on Monday. But man, this was a damn good. Four of the best wrestlers on the planet. Was it? It
Mm-mm.
wasn't. Yeah, I thought it was.
No.
It was the face that runs the place. Do I got this out of order?
Uh-huh.
I must have it out of order.
That's okay.
Okay.
You were no, this is the match that we want to talk about the most.
So back in the day, I was always looking for good wrestling. Right? I found ECW, middle of the night, right? Great wrestling.
Greatest city in the world.
Wait a minute. The ECW arena wasn't in New York. It wasn't in the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Nobody wants.
It should have been.
Nobody wants to be in New York.
One day I found a small little wrestling promotion, TNA Wrestling. And one of my first matches that I ever saw in TNA Wrestling was Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles. And what a way to be introduced to TNA Wrestling is to watch Samoa Joe wrestle AJ Styles. And I always thought AJ Styles, this little plucky guy, he had no charisma. Like, he was just a young guy who could wrestle really good, right? And I was like, man, good for him. Samoa Joe, that guy's going somewhere. The other guy, I wish him the best of luck, right? Really, like, they had a great match, but I was like, this guy has no career. Like, he just looked small. And you say, and that people said the same thing about Shawn Michaels, right? But he didn't have that look. Right, and Samoa Joe really didn't. That was back when Samoa Joe had the sideburns. He had the chops, and he just looked like a shade tree mechanic. He looked like Mechanic Joe, which is what we used to call him, Mechanic Joe. Like, he just looked like that guy. Fast forward, AJ said, "I wish he would have came out to Ready to Fly. Like, that actually would have made me happy if he would have came out to Ready to Fly, because he came out in his old gear, his old TNA gear." And then John Cena came out, and the roof probably might still be in the sky because they blew that roof off, cheering, chanting, singing. Every time John comes out, I almost have a tear in my eye because I'm just happy to see him happy. When he says it's time to go to work, he goes down there, and him and AJ Styles went to work. Like,
I loved from the moment Cena came out. Like, the AJ Styles entrance was great, but Cena stopping and pointing the camera around the crowd, and like, I'm still gonna always be mad that they botched this tour, this retirement run. But man, Cena got in the ring and got his announcement, and then stopped and called Alicia back over, handed her a piece of paper, and then held up his hand while the crowd chanted for Cena again and chanted for him again. And then John Cena wrote a special intro for AJ Styles that AJ had no clue was happening.
You could tell it too. Like, the look on his face was just, that's why I watch wrestling.
It's like, yes. When she called him the true leader of the Bullet Club, and his face was like, whoa. And right there, that's stuff that Vince wouldn't have let happen, because Vince wanted you to pretend that there was no other wrestling promotions in the world. And yeah, there's an agreement right now between NXT and TNA. The entrance alone was great. And then the match. Man, I have a list that's not really a list. Okay. They pulled off a masterclass of how to do a match like this. They told stories in this match. They had tributes in this match. So here we go. Ready?
I'm ready.
Finisher after finisher after finisher.
Yes.
John Cena, first finisher, attitude adjustment. Okay, that's his move. John Cena, second finisher. This is all going through the match, right?
Mm-hmm.
Skull crushing finale to the Miz for the Miz. Beautiful, beautifully executed.
But wait, John Cena only does 5 moves. How could he pull the 6th move out? Oh no.
Then for finisher number 3, you get the 5 knuckle shuffle. That's his own move. That's cool. This is all from John Cena. Then he does the camel clutch. He puts him in a, you could call it the accolade, you can call it the camel clutch, but that was a nod to Rusev.
I call it the accolade.
Yeah. Then in one of the better tributes, he threw up a Walls of Jericho. And they called it the Walls of Jericho. They didn't hide it. I'm telling you right now, there's no way that man is not coming back at the Royal Rumble. Chris Jericho, that is. He's doing his cruise next month, and he don't have any AEW talent on his cruise, and that's the first time that that's happened.
Really?
Yes, sir.
I
That's
might
a
actually
sign.
go on this cruise. Yeah, it is a sign.
Then
That's unfortunate.
Then now it's AJ Styles' turn to do some love. He puts the coquina clutch on John Cena, who Samoa Joe has just recently said that when his contract runs out, he's retiring.
Man,
Yep.
that
Then
one of the greatest.
absolutely. And then John Cena did a move that absolutely blew the roof off the building. Now, granted, these weren't all just one after the other. There were moves in between setting the stuff up. He did a beautiful Sister Abigail, complete with the kiss to the forehead. And it was so well executed. And I'm going to tell you now, when he's sitting there and the camera comes back again and you get to see all the fireflies, I felt it a little bit. Again, you said it before.
He did too.
This is why I love wrestling, for stuff like this. And then Styles did Angel's Wings. Christopher Daniels.
Yep.
Who is currently the director of talent operations at AEW. Then a pedigree into a Deadeye finisher.
That Deadeye was legit. That was a moment. Like,
Yeah.
They don't do that in the WWE.
No. And the RKO was so pulling him through the ropes and doing the DDT and then sliding backwards and doing. That was great.
Man.
And then trying to do the punt.
Yes. Yeah. The punt. I'm gonna miss John Cena. Like
He set Styles up for the 619 and the crowd called for it. Thank God they didn't do that, because I can't see John Cena going through the ropes doing a 619.
I think he's done it before. I think he's done it before. I think he's done it before.
Then
I think he has.
John Cena does a choke slam that they're saying was not an Undertaker tribute, but a Big Show tribute. I can see it either way.
I thought it was because AJ went for the 5 knuckle shuffle, and then John reached up.
Grabbed him up.
That was like
very Undertaker.
Yeah, very Undertaker.
Fade to black.
Frankie Kazarian. Yeah,
that was finisher number 15.
Yes.
Springboard 450 from AJ Styles for finisher number 16.
that looked like it hurt. He
Beautiful.
overshot him.
A little
he,
bit.
he overshot him a little bit, and
A
it
little
looked
bit.
like it hurt.
AJ tuned up the band for finisher number 17 in this match and hit him with some sweet chin music.
And it was perfect too. That was a perfect Shawn Michaels sweet chin music.
It
Not
was
like an Uso
beautiful.
super kick.
And then he hits him
That
with
was
the Styles Clash. And then John Cena spun him around into a tombstone pile driver, finished him off with an AA. 20 finishers between the two men.
any other match, right? The internet, the IWC would get on the internet and just lambast. Oh my gosh, this is a spot fest. Like when Will Ospreay does it in his matches. Like they're
Yep.
just finisher after finisher. All of AEW main events are just finishers after finishers.
But
And
this
there's nothing wrong with that.
no,
Like I don't think there's anything because it's the main event, right? You want something special.
Yep.
John Cena and AJ Styles, one, they deserve this, right? And
100%.
you could tell this was their ode to wrestling.
Yep.
Right. This was their ode. And I loved AJ Styles doing the TNA greats moves and then John Cena doing the WWE greats moves. I love that.
the finish of the match had AJ come off the top rope like like this. Cena caught him, turned, and you could tell Cena was gassed.
Of course.
Spun him around, tombstoned him, and it was such a nice. He hit him. He rolled it backwards, picked him up, turned it a hard camera. Always know where the hard camera is.
Of course.
Spins him, hits him, and then locks him up with the AA.
Great match. I absolutely loved every second of this match. They had the crowd going from the beginning to the very end. Two of the greatest wrestlers of any generation.
100%.
I was so like you said that there was no build to this match. There didn't need to be a build. It was
No.
AJ Styles versus John Cena.
And I truly believe that this wasn't a planned match. I truly believe that this match wasn't planned. Now, this was a 30-minute match almost. Like they gave them the runway and said go with it. Styles wore trunks instead of tights. Call back to his TNA gear. Excuse me. Now, what I think is going to happen from here out, he's only got 4 dates left. I don't know if it's going to go down this way, but I have a feeling he's fighting Dom at Survivor Series. If it's for the title, he's taking the Intercontinental title off of Dom to complete his Grand Slam. It's the only belt Cena's never won is the Intercontinental belt.
Really? I didn't know that.
Taking it off of Dom, and then whoever Cena's last opponent is the one that gets the Intercontinental belt going forward, is a great handoff. If you pick the right person.
So you just said Intercontinental title. That's the only title John Cena has not won.
Correct.
The Intercontinental title is also the only title that one Mr. Sheamus, who beat him as a rookie, has never won. Now, that's not the glamorous last match that you've ever, but boy,
that would
Sheamus,
be a hell of a handoff.
Yes.
It would.
Sheamus winning the Intercontinental Championship for the first time, and for the last time, too. Against John Cena, the guy who he won his first title. Like, you don't write better stories than that, right?
Now, I think it's going to be Gunther.
Probably.
And if you can make the Cena Dom match a non-title match, but I don't think it gives you enough. But Cena's the type of guy that would lay down for Dom.
For sure.
If he's got 4 dates left, right? He's not winning his final match. That's just not the way that's not the way that you're supposed to do it. And I had to explain this to someone is that you're on your way out. When you get to retire on your terms.
Yes.
Lay down.
Yeah, for sure. You do the honors, as they say.
Yes.
You do the honors.
And listen, Paul, if you're paying attention,
He's watching.
I'm telling you, I'm handing it to you on a silver platter. That's all.
I mean, now that you mention it, why don't we have Dom be his last opponent? I mean, Dom is already he's got heat, he's got face. Like, I mean,
I would,
Dom,
but you would have to do for a non-title match. That would have to be a non-title match. John Cena can't go out. Oh, I mean, it doesn't have to be. That could be always the one thing that always eluded him, and blah blah blah.
and it's still he loses nothing by losing to
No,
Dom, and
not
Dom
at all.
gains everything.
Yep.
By being the guy who retired John Cena.
Look, I would love that, but Dom. I mean, when Dom turns face, the roof's going to blow off the building.
I'm not totally against it, but I mean, Gunther being his last match, I mean, cool. Like Gunther gonna get heat no matter what. I would like Obafemi to be his last match. I really think Oba has a great chance of being a truly dominant force in the WWE. I don't know, but Dom is not a bad choice either. Like neither is Sheamus. Like no anybody but Baron Corbin. That's all.
I mean, I don't think he's coming back.
I know. I'm just like anybody but that guy.
This was 30 minutes of just wow. And I'm glad I woke up to watch it when it happened.
Great match. Two great competitors. And I said this. I think AJ Styles has given John Cena his greatest matches of his career. And John has had big matches. He's had a lot of big matches. But he hasn't had a lot of great matches. And like every match he's had with AJ Styles has been a great match. I feel like every match he had with Kevin Owens has been a great match. I think just two amazing wrestlers.
His last three matches, if you take away the Brock Lesnar match, have been great matches. So.
No, true. Very true. Very true. Other than the Brock Lesnar match, who I really think that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to run it back in Perth. And the crowd and just everybody was just like, no, like I don't want to see this again. That was terrible.
Yeah.
And it didn't help. Like Brock Lesnar is not a draw anymore. People don't really tune in to see Brock Lesnar, especially against Cena. Against anybody else, maybe, but
I like Brock Lesnar, but that was just watching that was just ugh.
Yeah. It worked when Suplex City was born, but it didn't work this time. But yeah, speaking of working and not working, the next match, perfect match to follow up the John Cena and AJ Styles match because Mommy was home, right?
Mommy was home.
You talk about somebody getting a pop.
True.
Right? Kabuki Warriors came out to their old music, then come out to Damage Control music, then come out to Asuka's music.
Good.
Came out to the old Kabuki Warriors music, and Kairi Sane had the dopest mask on.
Yep.
The fox mask, very Gosa Yote-esque. And of course Asuka always comes out with the fire mask, and EO comes out, love her theme, and then Mommy comes out and the roof explodes. I mean, she's in Australia. It's her hometown.
Yep.
It's her home country. And these four women put on a great match. I mean,
absolutely.
Was it the greatest tag team match I've ever seen? No.
No.
But it was a great follow-up to what we saw with John Cena and those guys. And man, Io Sky, Kairi Sane, top tier. I mean, we know we're gonna get with Asuka and Rhea, but man, Kairi Sane can wrestle. Like that. That's all I'll say. And she took the bullet for Asuka, as we say, as they say in the business. And the right team won.
Yep. So the Kabuki Warriors defeated Judgment Day back on September 1st on Raw, and Kairi Sane defeated Io Sky on October 6th, and Rhea defeated Asuka on September 22nd. This was a good match. This was. I mean, you knew you were getting a good match.
Yeah.
Rhea wrestles good against the smaller opponents too. It was just physically, wow.
Asuka is in her 40s, and she still
Yep.
can go. Like she's the elder statesman in this match, and she still can go, and she's doing great character work now. She's doing like this. This has been one of the best stories of 2025, if not one of the best women's stories that I think that's been told in a very long time. That continues to get told, and I don't know what the payoff is. I don't know if the payoff is, because we're gonna get Asuka and Rhea again. We're gonna get Asuka and Io. But is the payoff Kyrie versus Asuka? I think that's like I said before. I think Kyrie comes out of this probably the biggest winner, and I do think that the blow off, like the payoff for this, is going to be Kyrie coming up on Asuka
Yeah.
and hitting her with one of the greatest insane elbows ever to win that match. Maybe at next year's WrestleMania. Like maybe we continue this until Mania, and they get just a tremendous match, or SummerSlam next year. It all depends on how this plays off. If we get Asuka versus Io or Rhea at WrestleMania.
Yeah, this was a fun match. I enjoyed this match.
I mean, it wasn't the greatest tag. Like
No.
I don't think anything in the match I would write home about, but it was just great storytelling. It was great tag team wrestling, and we don't always simply see that on the women's side.
No.
Get without the tag team titles being involved too, which was great, right? You just get a true just I hate you, let's fight each other in a tag match.
Yeah, and this did its job, and it led you into the finale of the event.
Matt's been real quiet over there. There is a guy. There is a visionary. There is a revolutionary. There's the greatest wrestler on this damn planet. His name is Seth Rollins. Cody thought he had a chance. Cody,
listen,
close.
The way I saw this going out was I saw Cody winning and Seth losing everything and crashing out. That's how I saw it going down. I think I may have said it in the chat. I know everybody was real busy last week and we didn't really get to do our predictions for the thing like we normally do. So Rhodes and Orton lost to the Vision on October 3rd. Rollins and Becky Lynch lost to CM Punk and AJ Lee at WrestlePalooza. And we get Paul Heyman telling the Bron-Brons, we are not going to the ring. If Seth Rollins stands up on the turnbuckle and waves his hands, we are not going down to the ring. And Braun Breaker said, what if Seth loses? Paul Heyman said, there's my dog. That's not what Paul. Hudson, what are you doing? But Paul Heyman said, you know what happens if he loses. I honestly thought Seth was going to lose.
I mean, I knew in my heart of hearts, there's not a better wrestler, definitely not some punk who starts with CM, who's a better wrestler than Seth Rollins. Great match. Like that, like Cody and Seth, any day of the week, they're going to have a great match, right? There was everything. Cody hit Seth with a super crossroads off the top rope at one point. Yeah. Like Seth hit Cody with one of the greatest coast-to-coast moves I've ever seen in my life.
Well, yeah, it was a good move.
Didn't make sense. but it but it was great. It was good to look at.
It was very good to look at. Seth doing the Stardust thing was hilarious.
Great moment. Love the cartwheel. Yes, love the cartwheel.
Great. Seth's gear was next level. Seth had a piece of gear from every match, like a piece in his pants from every match that he and Cody have wrestled since Cody came back.
That's dedication.
I
didn't even know that. I didn't even know that.
That is dedication. He had the polka dots. He had and there was little bits in his pants.
That is pretty dope. I did not know that. Didn't even register.
No, they announced it, but I'm also reading that now here. So
okay, I'll be totally honest. I didn't even listen to them.
It was early in the morning.
I was doing stuff while I was watching the match, going, oh, like it was just random spots.
I'm almost positive that Kenny was in New York at Comic-Con watching it on his phone because he would I didn't realize he was at Comic-Con. He would pop in with some comments, and then later on I saw pictures he was at Comic-Con. I was like, that's dedication. Yes.
That is dedication. That's respect to that. And that's dope just for being at Comic-Con. I've never gone to Comic-Con.
I go to
I've gone to
it's not really Comic-Con. It's just a fan expo. I want to go up to New York.
Yeah. I've gone to the one here, and I did get to meet Mankind.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty good. He was super dope, man. He was really cool. But back to just the best wrestler on the planet. Seth gets the win by just being smarter than Cody Rhodes, right? Cody hit him with everything. Seth hit Cody with everything. And he was just wondering, how do I beat this guy? Oh, he gifted me this Rolex watch, which should not knock somebody out. But
if you hit him in his lisp, he punched him in the lisp.
Yes. So this reminds me, on Tuesday on NXT, Zarya faced, what is her name? Blake Monroe.
Get out of there.
They're having a match. Blake Monroe takes a hairpin out of her hair and pokes Zarya in her throat to like hits her in the throat with like a hairpin, and then hit her with a finishing move and won the match. That's what hitting somebody with a Rolex, I think, that should not win the match.
No.
That's what it reminds me.
But he won. He won by himself. Seth didn't need any help.
He outsmarted Cody.
He outsmarted
Cody. Great win for the visionary, for the revolutionary, for Seth freaking Rollins, man. And they close out the show, him and Stephanie Vaquer standing in the middle of the ring. He looked like a complete goober. He looked completely burnt, like he just had a 5-star match. And Stephanie just looked great. She looked so fresh, and he looked all frazzled. It was a great closing shot.
I'm pretty sure he said something to Stephanie about his wife coming
for her title.
Yeah. Listen, just in case Google's having a big widespread service disruption right now. Okay. I got a message from the EV Mux that it's on Google's side. It is messing with YouTube and streaming to YouTube. We seem to be okay right now, knock on wood. But if we disappear, that's what's up.
Okay. Well, I hope we don't disappear because we have a whole night to talk about.
Yes.
Because
you talk for a second. I got to let my dog out back really fast. So give me 2 minutes.
All right. Well, Monday Night Raw, right? We close out Crown Jewel. Great event. All class. Every match was a banger. To me, even Tiffany versus Stephanie Vaquer, I thought they had a great match. But Monday Night Raw, once again from Perth, Australia, they open the show. The Vision comes out. Seth is wearing some polka dot / cheetah suit, and the Vision comes out. They're all gloating because they had a great Crown Jewel, right? Bronson beat Roman Reigns. He is now your tribal chief. He's not my tribal chief, but Paul Heyman said that he is now the tribal chief because he beat Roman Reigns. Complete fabrication, complete lie, because nobody is the tribal chief but Roman Reigns. Um, and Seth gets the mic, and he just puts over Bronson. He puts over Braun Breaker, the unmitigated future of the WWE. He puts over Bronson Reed, the new tribal chief. He puts over Paul Heyman, the Oracle, the Hall of Famer. And he puts himself over because why not? Who's better than Seth freaking Rollins? Nobody. We get, you know, it was uneventful because no one came out to interrupt them. We didn't have CM Punk come out there crying like he usually does. The segment just ended with fireworks. Seth Rollins standing in the middle of the ring, just glowing because he had the greatest night of his life at Crown Jewels, a night that he said was up there with the birth of his child, the marriage of his, to his beautiful hot wife, Becky Lynch. Yeah, it was an opening segment. It wasn't as bad as Cody's, but it really wasn't that great, you know. Definitely nobody's but who better than Kanyon? Nobody. Definitely RLP Chris Kanyon. One of the most innovative wrestlers who ever stepped in a wrestling ring. And nobody could argue it. He was so good. He was such a great wrestler.
You can be hot and be Irish. T just doesn't like them wrestling.
No comment. I
What I missed?
I was just talking about the visionary, the revolutionary coming out, opening up Raw,
Yes,
and just
sir.
how it was uneventful, right? He put everybody over. He put himself over because he didn't need anybody to do what he did. He did it all by himself. Roman needed the Shield. Roman needed the Bloodline, but he didn't need anybody
And he said so.
because he's Seth Rollins. He's Seth freaking Rollins. But that was a way to open the show. I thought that was a good opening, right? It sets you up because Seth Rollins is the future of the WWE. He is the
Yep.
absolute future of the WWE at the beginning of Raw. And then 20 minutes later, we get Penta versus Dom.
Yeah, it was a long time.
But before we got Penta versus Dom, they showed the backstage segment of Rusev approaching Penta. And Penta just stands there and takes all of Rusev's berating and he just calls him a Pendeo. And he and he walks off. And then you see Dom's just walking back from catering and sees Rusev and just like, nope. Turns around and goes the other way. Hilarious. I love Dominic. I love Dominic Mysterio.
Dom's the best.
The best Mysterio of all time.
He is.
Matt, I'm ignoring all of your Seth hate chat. I'm just moving past it because you're right. You're right. When you're right, you're right. He's a visionary. He didn't see what was coming at the end. Nobody saw what was coming at the end of Raw. But Dominic Mysterio versus Penta, it's gonna be great every time, right? You got two world-class wrestlers. Dom hit this this suicide dive into a DDT, and he's just so over with the Australian crowd. They booed when Penta tried to do or he reversed the Three Amigos, and he did two suplexes, and the crowd just started booing the hell out of Penta, which never happens.
Yep.
And then they cheered when Dom reversed it and hit the last
Crazy,
suplex.
right?
Just
crazy what that crowd cheered for last night or Monday night.
It was. And Rusev comes out like a stooge. Like Rusev runs like a stooge. He runs like he just weighs 400 pounds he's too heavy. Like any like a guy who doesn't do leg days. It was funny. Dom does one of the most creative finishes.
I loved it.
He gets the Intercontinental title and then gets the bell hammer, throws the Intercontinental title to throw off the ref, and then cracks Penta in the knee with the hammer and then puts the hammer in his boot, hits the 619. Penta's looking up at the lights. 1, 2, 3. Dominic Mysterio still your Intercontinental champion. Great match, fun finish. Dom just keeps getting better. Like in the immortal words of Michael Jordan, the ceiling is the roof with with Dominic Mysterio. Like he is such a good young talent, man.
Yeah, it was that was such a cool creative finish. Was it odd that there was no bell after the match?
No,
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 yeah,
no,
yeah.
nope. Could care less.
Okay.
Could absolutely care less.
Did the ref
Just
look around and
great.
go, "Why was there no bell?" No, that's all right.
Let's go.
Did you ring the? Did you not ring it? No, we're not doing the bell tonight. That's okay.
No,
We'll do the next. You got your new hammer?
nah.
Oh, you lost your
No,
hammer. My bad. Okay, that happens.
no. Dom threw it back after the match.
Oh, did he?
Like,
Oh, okay. There you
yeah,
go.
he threw it back after the match. He gave him back. He gave him
There you
back
go.
the hammer after the match. Just a fun time, man. Like he's just leaps and bounds above where I thought he was gonna be, and that's what I love to see. Like I never saw him being as good as he is, and he just
No,
understands it.
no.
And I think him and Penta are going to fight for the Mega Champion or Mega Campion, uh, that the AAA title at some point. And that match in Mexico is probably going to be one of the biggest matches the AAA's ever put on.
Yeah, I can
Um,
see that.
and and it's going to be a good time. And I think Penta actually goes over then. Let's see what we got next. Then we get Asuka and Kyrie backstage. Asuka's just gloating. Why? I don't know. She's just being menacing. And Kyrie's just looking sad. And Asuka comes and says, I got you a match with Rhea Ripley. And Kyrie's like, no. Look at my forehead. Kyrie's forehead. Did you?
Yeah,
Holy- It looked, I mean, it looked like they put makeup on, but her forehead was like black and blue. Like she got walloped at Crown Jewel. And Asuka, Carrie said, no, I can't do it. I'm bruised. And Asuka slapped the living shit out of Kyrie Sane.
slap the hell out of her.
That was one of that looked like Kyrie Sane stole some from Asuka the night before. And
Right?
Asuka was like, I'm gonna get you back on live TV.
Yeah,
And it was nasty. The crowd booed. We get to the match with Kyrie Sane and Rhea Ripley, and Kyrie Sane can still wrestle. She is a great wrestler.
yeah.
Rhea Ripley's just a little bit better.
Oh, but
Rhea is just a little bit better. Oscar gets involved. EO gets involved. It's shenanigans everywhere, and Rhea, of course, beats Kairi Sane. I didn't think there was no world where Kairi Sane was going to win this match.
no,
Rhea hits the Riptide. 1, 2, 3. Great match. I love this story. Like,
I think this is great. And like you said, I believe that um I believe that this is going to be, like I said, I think the bloodline storyline right now is going to be the Jimmy Uso story,
mhm.
and this is going to be the Kyrie Sane story. Like
Well,
Asuka's going to take center stage, but Kyrie's going to end up coming up and having her moment.
this could potentially not be the Jimmy story if he keeps going up against Big Bronson Reed.
Yeah,
Because you got to stop doing that, buddy. So we have a backstage segment with the Usos, which I've grown to love because Jay and Jimmy, one, they're twins, right?
hmm
But this dynamic that's going on between them now, where they're infighting, but they're not because Jimmy wants the best for Jay, but I don't think Jay knows what's best for Jay right now. Jay is doing what's best for Jay or what he thinks is best for Jay, but at the same time, he's just once again looking like Roman, as they say. They keep you know hinting at him becoming just like the tribal chief. And I just love it. I love every second of it. Jay said, I'm not coming out there to help you because I got my own problems to worry about. And what did he do at the end of the match? He came out to help him because he's a baby face, right? He has to help his brother. They're twins, right? You can't
yep.
just watch your brother get destroyed by Bronson and Braun. Um, Solid match. I don't understand why people wear the tape down to the ring. You're just going to get targeted.
It's
It's a big
basically, yeah.
target.
You put a big target on your back.
And he kept trying to lift up Bronson as if Bronson was 250 pounds. Bronson's closer to 350 than he is 250. And or he might be closer to 450 than he is 250. And he just couldn't. Bronson was a tsunami. Jay comes out to help his brother after just Braun with these spears, man.
He's a
Braun,
menace.
he is the biggest menace because he gets so much speed and he just destroys people with those spears.
Yep.
Solid match, not the greatest match, but it was a solid match. Reed, of course, wins with the tsunami. Jay comes out. Jay gets like semi splashed that somehow hurt him again. It was that was probably the only bad spot in the match was like it just none of it really connected. Yet Jay is playing up that he got hurt. Um, yeah. Then we probably get my favorite match on Monday. I love Pam. I love Bailey. Like I've grown. She's gotten Lyra Valkyria so over. Like people are wooing now when Lyra comes out to the ring.
Yeah.
Lyra,
As long as she don't come out with the wings, I'm cool. Them wings are dumb.
yes. Yeah.
Them wings
Yeah,
are dumb.
we don't know what Bailey we're gonna get every time we go out there, but we got a little bit of a hint on I think where they're going with this Bailey character and where they're going with Bailey and Lyra, which at some point will end with Lyra getting murdered on live TV in the ring by psychopath Bailey.
Yep. I'm okay
Um,
with that too.
yeah, yes, yeah, me too. But we got Judgment Day, Raquel and Roxy, Roxanne Perez versus Bailey and Lyra. Solid match. Like once again, four just all class women who can all wrestle.
Yep.
Right. I enjoyed this match. Wasn't the greatest. Probably wasn't as good as Rhea and Io versus Kabuki Warriors at Crown Jewel, but it was a very fun tag team match, and all four women just showed that they know how to wrestle. The finish, hold Lyra and Bailey can't seem to finish off the Judgment Day. Lyra says, Bailey, stop being soft, and slaps the taste out of Bailey's mouth, and Bailey
Slap the hell
smiles
out of her.
and just goes out there and murks Roxanne Perez. Just destroys Roxanne
Like it
Perez.
flipped a switch.
Yes. Great moment. I love that. I
Yeah.
really I think that has so much potential for them being a tag team, like going forward. Like they could really be a great tag team moving forward. Um, with just that dynamic of Lyra just triggering Bailey somewhere in the match and Bailey just going apeshit and just beating the hell out of people.
Mm-hmm.
Great moment. Bailey and Lyra pick up the win after Bailey snaps, hits the elbow drop off the top rope from a far distance. Looked very painful when she hit it, and then she hit the rose plant on Roxanne Perez, who took another pinfall. Roxanne Perez takes
I
a
don't.
lot of pinfalls.
Yeah. I don't know what they're doing, but somebody has to lose at some point. Maybe Roxanne's young enough right now that because when Liv comes back, she's going to take a pinfall for Liv too.
All true. Which I woke up to people saying that Liv came back. I saw something on Twitter
Yeah,
saying that Liv came back,
you got
and I was like, oh man, that made me sad. But then she didn't come back, and that made me even sadder. Um, but Roxanne keeps taking pins, but Stephanie Vaquer comes out to the now. I just need you. I need you to. I'm gonna paint you a scene.
go
Right,
ahead.
we have Stephanie Vaquer, the
Mhm.
world, not the world champion. Then you have Jackie Redmond just standing next to Stephanie Vaquer, right? Just Jackie Redmond just being there, asking Stephanie Vaquer questions. And then Roxanne and Raquel come out there. And I was just sitting there watching this scene of four women standing next to each other. And that's all I have about the story. It's just Jackie Redmond was
That's
there. And I
fine.
love Jackie Redmond.
That's
You know,
understandable.
I just
I,
love Jackie Redmond. But
understandable.
Roxanne somehow is getting a world title match because like I don't understand this. Like
I don't
Stephanie
get it.
said she's gonna be in an inferno, or she has an inferno waiting for Roxanne. It's like Roxanne, you keep losing. How do you think you're gonna beat Stephanie? Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I don't get that.
I don't either unless I mean, I don't think Roxanne. I don't think there's a
There's no
planet in
way.
which Roxanne wins the title off of
No,
Stephanie for care. Not now. Maybe 2 years from now. I don't know. Like, but not
nah.
now.
You can't take that many pins and then all of a sudden win the belt.
Unless there's only one scenario in which I see her winning the title. If Liv comes back and like causes some major shenanigans and she gets like a lucky win. And that's just bad booking. So I don't
Yeah, it
see it.
is.
Like that's just terrible booking. So I don't see that happening. But somehow she now has a title shot. I don't think it's next week, but it might be probably a Saturday night's main event. Who knows?
That's a good spot for it.
It is a good spot for it because I mean we know that the champions aren't defending a championship every week, unless you're Dom, and then you're backstage and you tell Adam Pearce that you're the only champion who defends his title when AJ's talking to Adam Pearce, and then AJ says, "Oh, well, what a great idea for the Judgment Day to defend it because they don't defend their titles." And Adam Pearce says, "That's a great idea."
Right.
I love Dom so much because he's just standing there looking like a dope. And why don't you go tell them that they have a title match? He's just like, so every segment with Dom just works because he's just great.
I
And like
agree.
now the Judgment Day has a title. They have to fight Dragon Lee and AJ Styles, just who combined is AJ Lee. There we go. That's why they're a tag team. That makes sense. Now it makes sense.
There you go.
Because no other way does that team make any sense.
Who is AJ Lee again? I haven't seen her in a while.
I mean, it's Dragon Lee and AJ Styles.
She
They're
ain't flying.
AJ
She
Lee.
ain't flying to Melbourne.
Oh no, not at all.
Same way Becky Lynch didn't fly to Melbourne, which is
Oh,
okay. They gave her some time off to spend with her daughter.
they did. They did. And she had a great tweet after
She had
Monday.
a great tweet that we can get to in a moment.
Yes. Um, who do we have next? What do we
Like
have
the main
next?
event.
We get to the main event. I didn't know who was going to win this match.
I didn't know either.
Like this was one of the few times where it was just like anybody in this match could win. All of these matches are potentially great matches. You got Jey Uso, you got LA Knight, you got CM Punk, number one contenders match. Do the winners get a title shot next week, or is this? I don't even
Saturday
remember.
night main event, I think,
Okay, that makes sense.
which is
So
2 weeks, I think.
yeah, November 1st. Yeah,
Yeah.
3 weeks, something like that. So the triple threat match. All of the WWE triple threat matches, unless involves Drew McIntyre, Gunther, and Sheamus, are all the same, right? They
Yeah.
they do the exact same things. You seen one, you see them all. This was not a special match. CM Punk won. Go to sleep. I honestly didn't think he was going to win because I don't want to see CM Punk versus Seth just yet.
Well, maybe we don't see that match.
Maybe we don't. Because at the end of this match, Bronson Reed runs down the ring and spears the living like he
Listen,
comes out.
he's going to kill someone doing that one day because he sends himself through the air. He's like Superman flying for like 3-4 seconds. He gets hang time.
CM Punk is celebrating. Seth Rollins music hits, and the Vision has Trons now, which is hilarious to me. It all it all makes sense. They and Bronson they walk out behind the curtain, and Braun just takes off down the ring edge.
Yep.
I thought that was probably the best part of it all. They take out every single person in the ring. They take out Jay. They take out LA Knight. They take out CM Punk. and they kick CM Punk out of the ring, and Seth Rollins is strutting, he's laughing, he's just holding that title over the air. I did it, boys. In the promo, he said, but prior to that, he said, this was the greatest night of my life. I've done it all. I'm the greatest. Like, up there with having my child, getting married. This is the greatest. It's that time in the movie where somebody gives you a letter to give to their family. Like, hey,
Yep.
give this letter to my family. Like, and they tell you their backstory before they die. They tell you about the greatest tragedy in their life right before they died. That was Seth Rollins because he's holding the title up. Braun just comes out of nowhere, spares him out of his boots, and he just stands there. Paul Heyman sells it like he knew nothing. And
I didn't expect this moment.
No.
I didn't expect this moment at all. And I listened to Busted Open this morning. Or was it yesterday? They were talking about it, and Bubba's right. They didn't rush through the segment. After Braun spears him, he stood there and nobody said anything. And even the crowd was quiet.
Yeah. It was so shocking.
Didn't run over to Bronson Reed. He slowly walked over to Bronson Reed. And he gave him that, you're with me or you're not. And Bronson looked at Seth and Bronson looked at him, grabbed him, drug him to the corner, tsunami. And
you're already on the ground, so I'm just gonna take him. I'm gonna pick the guy who's standing up.
Said the same thing to Paul Heyman and kind of forced him into it though. And Heyman raised both their hands. Now, the question you had and the question Matt has, Matt's question is it the shortest lived faction of all time? And your question is,
no.
Where does the Vision go from here? I say no. I say there's two things at play here. Number one, if Seth Rollins is legitimately injured, and right now nobody knows what the F is going on because of the leg thing.
Yeah, we played this game before.
Which is fine. I like it. I like not knowing. The rumor is he's got a torn rotator cuff. He's going to have surgery, and that's like 9 months. You're talking 9 months to a year. And I feel if he did, I feel horrible for Seth because the man has had more injuries and surgeries than you can count. It sucks for him. And it sucks for the business. And it sucks for all the storylines. Because this wasn't supposed to happen for a year. They were going to build this up for the next year and then have the turn. So you sped it up. Now, this could be a good thing. This could be a great thing.
This could be.
Becky Lynch tweeted after this, I'm gone for 1 week. And that's it. ...
Great.
Absolutely awesome.
Great.
We really don't know if Seth is injured or not. Let's hypothetically, let's go with the Seth is injured route. Seth is injured and has to be out for 9 months. The title has to get vacated. 2 avenues for Seth when he comes back. Seth can rejoin the Vision the same way he came back. He took Bronson under his wing after the tsunamis. I think that's a bad idea. You can't do that twice.
Yeah.
The other option is to come back as a baby face, which works. What happens with the Vision going forward? Obviously, the Vision's going to stay the Vision, and they're going to bring someone else in to keep 3 people. Could have Austin Theory.
Please no.
You don't know what he's going to be like with Paul Heyman behind him. It could actually help him.
It could, but I think it's too much damage, right? That would be like
Possible.
That was like when Cesaro became a Heyman guy. Nobody really wanted to see that. And Cesaro's a great wrestler.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know. I don't think the Vision is done. I think division, and it's a shame because they were just starting to kind of cook.
But I don't see this as a negative though.
No,
I don't
no.
think they're done. I don't think
Oh,
they're done at all.
I don't think they're done. What I think happens is I think it screws up your Survivor Series, your War Game a little bit. But there's what if Seth comes back in 9 months and sides with Roman?
I mean, he could. Whenever Seth comes back, Braun Breaker is going to be a world heavyweight champion.
I can see that.
Whenever, like, that's how the vision is going to move forward. Braun Breaker is the biggest, baddest mofo on Monday Night Raw right now. He just took out your guy. He just took out the guy on Monday Night Raw. The only person who can stop Braun Breaker, there's only one man on the Monday Night Raw roster who can stop Braun Breaker. Who do you think that man is?
CM Punk.
Wrong. Survey says 0.
I know.
His name is Gunther. There is only one man who can.
So they're going to have to take. So if that belt gets vacated Monday night, right? Which is probably Matt Kaplan is the second option to take out Braun Breaker. I was going to say that.
Yes.
They're going to have to vacate the belt. So now you have set up CM Punk versus Seth Rollins.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have some kind of a tournament, right? I love tournaments. I love a good tournament.
They could do what they did with EO and Stephanie Vicaire.
That is where put the belt on LA Knight for a short stint to see how he does.
I could see that.
This is your opportunity. I don't want to see CM Punk win the belt and then lose the belt in a week. I don't want to see Jey Uso win the belt and lose the belt in a week. If LA Knight wins the belt and loses the belt in a week, I don't give a shit. I like him, but I'm not attached.
That's sad. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
I'm not that attached to him.
I'm not opposed to that because I thought of that during the triple threat. I was like, can LA Knight win this? Can LA Knight actually become the? I think he deserves it. And that's saying I'm not an LA Knight guy, but I think he deserves it. I think it only increases his stock to keep people cheering for him because after a while, you can't keep losing. I mean, I guess he can because he still gets cheered crazy, but he just keeps losing. He's like Roxanne Perez. He just keeps losing.
Unfortunately, yes.
Like he just keeps losing. So maybe you do put the title on him, and he gets a nice little run through Survivor Series until maybe the Royal Rumble or something. Give him a few months. Like don't take it off him the next week. Don't have
That's
Brock Lesnar come and beat him in 3 seconds or something.
That's doing him dirty.
Man, I just said Brock Lesnar thing. What if he comes back and wins the World Heavyweight Championship?
I mean, it's possible.
It is very possible.
It's possible. That would be a Vince move.
Definitely a Vince move.
That's a Vince
move. Actually, if Seth was legit hurt, if Vince McMahon was still the CEO or the chairman, Brock's music after Braun speared him, they would have left the ring. Brock's music would have hit, and he would have somehow got a title match right then and there. The ref would have rang the bell, and he would have F5'd them, and that would have been the end.
Right there.
Like that's Vince. That's Vince booking right there. Like we got to put the title on Brock. So let's just make this random match.
See you, Matty. Thanks for hanging.
Definitely thanks for hanging, Matt. And I did catch the Steinomath, the Steinomath tweet. That's wait to our list of greatest promos. Steinomath is for sure on there.
It might be. It very well might be.
On my list, it'll definitely be.
But Raw was a hell of a night. Raw was great.
Phenomenal.
It was one of the best. Now I just hope they follow it up tomorrow with in 2 days for SmackDown. I hope they do.
I don't think they will. I feel like the foreign shows, and that was a question I posed. Like the foreign shows, and we spoke about it briefly in the chat, was just the foreign shows just always they seem to one, I understand why, because you only go to this country once every other year or something like that. So you want to give the people there one, great memories, and two,
Yep.
a reason to come back in 2 years, right?
Yeah.
To bring their kids back in 2 years.
Yeah.
So let's give you a great show. If you do a crappy show in Australia, I mean, Ripley will sell it out anyway, but still, you don't know, right? You never know if you do just a stinker. Same thing, they did it. They did Clash in what was it? A Clash in the Castle. They never went back to Glasgow after they
No,
robbed Drew McIntyre. They're like, we're not coming.
we
Like
ain't coming back though. We ain't gonna get out of here if we come back again.
exactly. So it just I feel like the foreign shows they have a leg up on going to Iowa on a random Monday because it feels more special. The crowd's more
Yeah.
electric.
Yep.
And the matches on Monday were very fun. Matches on Friday were fun. Just an overall better pacing of the show. Like it felt better, looked better, it felt better.
Absolutely. 100%.
I don't know what they're gonna do on Friday. I think they're in Sacramento this week, or I think they're in Sacramento. That might be Monday night. They're in Sacramento, but we'll see. I hope so. I really hope that we get another great SmackDown.
SmackDown's in San Jose.
Okay, so then Bailey's hometown. I think she's from San Jose.
I think so. She's a 49ers fan. I know that.
Yeah.
Poor girl.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than being a Jets fan.
Yeah.
That's a story for another day.
Yeah.
We're almost on 2 hours. This is a great week to be a WWE fan.
It really is.
We didn't get to the Bound for Glory news, but Mike Santana did beat Trick Williams in an insane match to become the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. He's from New York, so I got to give Mike Santana a shout out. Deservingly so. Everybody hates that TNA championships were being held by WWE wrestlers or NXT wrestlers. They did that to make sure he got his moment at Bound for Glory, which is arguably TNA's biggest, pay-per-view of the year. And little known fact, TNA, I don't even know what in the world it's called, but they're going to be here for my birthday in December.
Oh, that's awesome.
The pay-per-view's on the Friday, but they're doing 2 tapings that Saturday and Sunday. The Sunday's my birthday, so I might go to one of those shows. I don't know if I'll go on my birthday. But yeah, they're doing a PLE here in El Paso, and they got they'll probably tape 3 or 4 weeks of their shows the next 2 nights. So I might go to one of those shows, man. I've never been to a TNA show.
Why not?
Excuse me?
I said, why not? Do it.
You know why? You know why I don't want to go to a TNA show? Because then I have to see that guy.
Which guy?
The double champion guy, the guy who just retired the Deadlies guy.
That's the only thing I actually really wanted to talk about because I watched that match.
Mm-hmm. I did not.
I watched the match, and look, I sped through most of it, and I watched the end of it. Okay, really fast.
Mm-hmm.
One Hardy went through a table early in the match. They brought out more tables. They did stuff. They came off ladders. They did stuff.
Did Devon go through a table?
Devon went through a table.
Okay.
Devon went through a table. He's all right.
Good for him, man.
They beat the balls off of Bubba, and Bubba was standing in front of a table, looking at the two of the Hardys who had chairs, and just kind of put his hands down and just nodded his head, and they put him through the table to win the match. Now, I assumed that the Dudleys were going to win the match and take both tag team belts. After the match, they hugged, they did their, and the Dudleys took their boots off and handed their boots to the Hardys to officially, finally retire.
Respect to that. Now you just made me want to go watch that match.
It's not a long match.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it should not be. But man, yeah,
And that was
Dudley
a moment.
Boys.
That was a
Of
moment.
course.
The only thing missing from it was the Hardys taking off their boots and leaving them in the ring and walking out.
That would have been that actually would have been the
That
perfect thing, right?
probably would have
No,
been a hell of a match. I keep saying the Dudleys. I think the Hardys are going to get one more match in WWE, and it wouldn't shock me if they won the WWE titles to hold all three for a moment. Vince would do it.
I don't hate it. I don't hate that. Like I talk trash about Jeff Hardy all the time, but they're icons. Like
They are
they're definitely top Mount Rushmore tag teams of all time.
100%.
Um, so I mean, they should be able to go out on their own terms. I just don't want Jeff to die in the ring. That's
No,
always been my biggest fear. Is just him just doing some insane stuff. He's a little older now, so just tone it down a little bit. Like
that's
I've
all.
seen him do some things that really could have gone the wrong way. You know,
Yep.
at that age, it's just not worth it.
No.
But I might go see. I might go out there. They'll definitely be at this PLE because they hold the TNA and the NXT championships. So we'll go. I'll go see what they do and have a good time, man.
That sounds
But
nice.
this was a great time. This was a great time. I'm so glad we got to talk about WWE wrestling. This is a great week of wrestling. I just hope we carry this on, right? Just keep going and we get some more great storylines and we just enjoy wrestling, man. AJ Styles and John Cena reminded us why we love wrestling.
Yep.
Let's just keep it going.
Yeah, that's all I want at this point.
For sure. And on that note, we're gonna bid you guys adieu. I'm gonna go play some Ghost Yote. I'm pretty sure Frank's gonna go play some more Borderlands 4.
Yep. I'm on 100%
Well,
that game.
and we're gonna catch you guys next week on the Island of Relevancy. There we go.